Peace, everybody. How are y'all doing? This is Fasting is Life, and I'm back here again with another show. It's gonna be a short one, and I know you guys will love this. Please like, share, subscribe to my channel, Fasting is Life. The information is in the description. And for those of you out there listening to me through Anchor, Spotify, and other podcast streams, please like, share, and you're welcome to come watch the video on YouTube. So let's get straight to it. The title for today's show it is inevitable. It's one of the most famous phrase that is applicable in my daily life. I love this quote. It is inevitable. Now, why this quote is so important to me? This quote to me, whenever I hear or I tell myself that, it's to basically say that there are some things in life that you cannot stop. It is what it will be, what it was. There's no changing it. And it is a form of acceptance. There are some things you can fight, and there's some things, even if you fight, it's pointless. So why waste the energy? Now, some of you out there will be like, well, what is inevitable? What does that mean? Let me show you what it means. Hold on one second. Let me pull up the description and definition. The word inevitable, it says it's an adjective, and the meaning is certain to happen, certain to happen, unavoidable. And then it says as a noun, it means a situation that is unavoidable. And it gives you a similarity and stuff like that. But let's break down that word because in is from the Latin, which means not. Kind of like similar with the word anti, when it says anti, which means against, opposite. So, I'll give an example. Anti-matter. So, you know what matter is when it says anti-matter, it's something that's the opposite, something that's not matter. So you could say not matter or anti-matter, it's the same thing. So in a word inevitable, you have the word inevitable. The definition of evitable means to avoid, which comes from the Latin evitare. Then it transferred to evitabilis, and then the word Latin inevitabis, and then now in English inevitable, which means not avoidable. And some people be like, why are you doing on this topic, fasting's life? Why are you doing this? I mean, sometimes as a man, you take your time in your solitude, you're thinking about life, about many things. And I have to realize within my own self, I say, well, you know what? Everything that happens in life and everything that's happening in current event all over the world, some of these things are inevitable, right? Let's look at an example. All of us listening, for you brothers and sisters out there all over the world, all of us in our conscious, we all know what death is inevitable. Now, can you question that? Is it a doubt in your mind that you will one day perish? You one day give up your breath of life? You one day cease to exist in this realm? We all seen dead people before, right? We see people that we loved and they're dead, they're motionless in that casket, right? We all have done, right? And what comes in our mind? We're like, man, I'll be like that one day. I don't want it now, but I know one day. Why? Because in our mind we have accepted that death is inevitable, inevitable. We cannot escape it. Yes. Just like eating is inevitable. You have to eat. You cannot avoid it. You must eat. It's inevitable, right? Oh, yes. It's inevitable for you to sleep. There's only so long you can go without sleeping. Guess what? Sleep is inevitable. You got to sleep. You got to rest that body, or else, guess what? You die, which is inevitable in itself. It is inevitable. It is inevitable that you have to go to the bathroom, take a number two, number three, number five, whatever. But guess what? It is inevitable. You can only go so long without going to the bathroom. Guess what happened? You destroy your sewer system, which will end up, guess what? Killing you. So you have to go. You got to go. It's inevitable. It is inevitable that in society you always have to rich and you always have to poor. It is inevitable. The only difference is which one of the category would you fall in? It is inevitable there will always be male and female. We can only have male and females. There is nothing else. It is inevitable. Oh yes. Oh yes. Guess what? It is inevitable that you will have ugly people. And it is inevitable you will always have beautiful people out here. It's all inevitable. You always have racism in society wherever you go, whether someone don't like it because of your skin color, your nationality, your race, ethnicity, clan, tribes, class system. What you know why? Because it is inevitable. Some people's mouth will stink. They don't brush their teeth. Why? Because it is inevitable. You will have them in society. You can avoid it. It is inevitable that all of us, whether some get it often or not, we all gonna get sick. It is inevitable. We all will get sick from time to time. We can avoid it. It is inevitable. Yes, we can live a healthy lifestyle, but guess what? A healthy lifestyle sometimes will not guarantee you that you can avoid getting sick. But guess what? Even when you get sick, guess what? It is inevitable for you to heal. You can heal. It is possible. But guess what? You can avoid getting sick. That's inevitable. Hmm. Understand? It is inevitable that one day you may fall in love. It is inevitable. It is inevitable that someday your loved one can make you get mad, piss you off, get you angry. It is inevitable. It is inevitable that you're going to be online listening to a stream like this. It is inevitable. Sooner or later, you had to. It is inevitable that you walk outside, right? Living in our modern time, see people driving on the road. It is inevitable. You can avoid it. You can avoid traffic. It is inevitable. Y'all see where I'm going with this? So, when you know certain things are inevitable, how do you go around with it in life? Do you accept it and deal with it like that? Or do you fight it off and deal it like that? It's your choice. But I'm here to tell you, as for me, those things that I've discovered to be inevitable led me to my peace. I don't fear death. I don't want to die because I know it's inevitable. But guess what? I don't fear it. And because I don't fear it, nobody can use death as an excuse to control how I should live my life. Just like how the world is being led into fear of an invisible virus that will get them, not knowing that death is inevitable. If you know all of us will die, so guess what? You may die of a virus or not, but you're gonna die anyway. So why live in fear as if you will die when you know death is inevitable? Think about it. If you know death is inevitable, why are you fearful? Why are you afraid to die? Why? Oh man, how would you? Why would you allow someone else to use the fear of death to control your life when you know that death is inevitable? The rich and the poor all know they will die. The rich, the powerful, all these elites, the presidents, governments, all of them know they will die. Y'all in the same. It's inevitable. It's inevitable. They can avoid it. They can buy their way to death, just like the poor cannot beg his way out of death. It is inevitable. You can avoid it. Accept the inevitable. That's the message of today. Accept it. Once you accept the inevitable, you move in life at peace. You be like, oh yeah, I know I can do that. You know it is inevitable for you to fly. Why get so worked up? Why so worried and anxious about flying when you know you can't? You can't jump over a building and start floating like Superman. You can't. It's inevitable. It's not possible for you to do it. Accept it. Accept that I can fly like Superman. Superman. Phew. I see a plane. No, it's not a plane. It's Superman. It is inevitable. Just accept it. Now, some of you will like, "Oh, you know what? That's subjective. Yeah, you can change this." There are some things you can. The way our society, I live here in the state of Texas, right here in the United States of America. And some of you listeners, I got some new listeners from all over the world. You all know, you can attest to this. You realize the way you were living life before this quote unquote pandemic has changed your society, has it not? Does that make you scared that the way you knew life before this thing, that it will never be the same? Have you accepted your new reality, or are you fighting it? Are you saying to yourself, I wish it was like back in the day. I wish we can recover to the way things were, where everything was good, the economy was better, I still had a job, now I'm unemployed. Places are closed, businesses are closing down. I can go to the bar, I gotta wear a mask, this and that, this and that. I just wish things will go back to the way it was. Are you one of those people who are thinking that way? Well, I'm here, and it's sad for me to be the bearer of bad news, but guess what? Things will never, ever go back to the way it was. You wanna know why? Because all of this was inevitable. It was supposed to happen, and there is nothing you can do to change it. But there is something you can do. You can mold yourself and you can camouflage and you can basically use the current event to your advantage. Just like a river, you can't fight the current, but you know what? You can follow the current and let it lead you to where you want to be and get off the stream. You got your boat. You don't want to swim the opposite way because you can't win. You will lose your strength. You got to turn around, guide your boat to the direction of the stream, and guide it to where you want to go and when to stop. So I think I've said plenty of stuff. I hope you guys enjoy this message that some things in life is inevitable and you just have to accept it as it is and move your life forward, knowing that in the back of your head. And again, to, you know, drill it hard into your brain. To my listeners, guys, don't fear death. Accept it. Don't let the fear of death that's being promoted by politics and media get you worked up. If you listening to me right now, know that guess what? You can buy your way out of death, that you're gonna die sooner or later. Why are you living in fear? The scriptures, the Bible says that the greatest weapon Satan, the devil, uses on mankind is the fear of death. Why? Because a lot of people have questions about what happens afterwards. Well, guess what? Everyone who has died, has any one of them come back and told you what it's like? No, they're all dead. So the state of being dead, none of us know. We have wise men who gave here their hearsay and whatever. But guess what? You haven't experienced death, so how do you know? You don't have to take anybody's word for it. When your day comes, you will find out. So why worry about it? It is inevitable. Guess what? You can ask about death, and guess what? One day you're gonna die anyway. So just wait till then. Don't worry about it. Live your life. Enjoy it. Because when you're dead, you won't be able to do it. You've seen the evidence. All the people over there in the cemetery. When you go to the cemetery, guess what? All those people thought they had another day. Where are they now? They're dust. They turn to soil. That's our end. And that's what we're looking forward to. Why? Because we are living. We have a conscience. From our perspective, because we're living, we have a sense of living. We're not under the ground, buried in a tomb, motionless, right? Decaying. No, you're alive. So take this to heart. Some things in life are inevitable. Some situations in life are inevitable. The question is, do you accept it or do you fight it off? Thank you guys for stopping by. I appreciate everybody. Please like, share, subscribe to my channel and to my podcast. Links I got the description below. And I appreciate everybody. I know I don't have time to post certain stuff because I'm always busy with work, but I still appreciate everybody, new listeners coming in. And I was really surprised my last podcast on Chad brother Bossman, the one who passed away, the actor who played Black Panther. By me doing a podcast on him, I was really surprised on the amount of new listeners I gained. I really appreciate. And guys, feel free to send me a message. I know on Anchor there is a place where you can send a message. So please, if you're listening and you wanna have a conversation with me, don't be afraid. I'm not popular. I'm just a regular person, just like you. So if you send me a message, I'll really appreciate it, so I can have a conversation with my listener. Whether you have some pushback or you have something to say, and for those of you in YouTube, if you want to say anything, feel free to leave a comment. You guys can see I don't mind having conversation with my viewers. You guys are my supporters. So what's the point of me doing all this if I didn't have anybody paying attention or listening to my voice? So your feedback is really appreciated. So thank you very much for coming and stay tuned for more show. Peace. And y'all have a great weekend.